Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next multiplayer matchup. I'm going to be playing the Ghostlands. It's an Exterminatus 3,000 point objective. We're going to be playing as the Necrons, and we're going to be going against the Orcs. It's a 100 point target, unlimited turns, unlimited turn timer. So hopefully he'll end up rushing us with kind of a combo melee range force, because I'm going to go with some living lightning guys here and kind of mix in a few other longer range guys to try to snipe his heroes. But we'll see how this goes, because if he decides to just camp, we're in trouble. But I'm deciding that we'll bring the Overlord, we'll bring a couple of Plasma Lancers. Hopefully I can get them to hide into cover and drop some good nukes to really get through that Orc HP. We got some Death Marks and the Locust Heavy Destroyers to hopefully snipe out some enemy heroes here. They have the Gauss Destructor here to help do increased range damage. We have a bunch of Praetorians to hopefully hold the line. And then as you can see here, I got the Immortals all kitted out with the Tesla Carbines. And then I have two Scarabs to just soak up the Overwatch. So let's see how this goes. I typically don't play these unlimited turn ones because it leads to a lot of camping behavior. But we'll see. I'm giving it some shots here with a couple of matches to see if I need to reconsider that. So my hope is that if I keep my armies kind of on the flanks here, we can shoot into him if he decides to try to fight towards the middle here. Just trying to decide how aggressive I want to be with my movement, though. I mean, he really shouldn't have anybody that gets into range that I'd have to overwatch, but we'll get her done, I guess.
Immortals awaiting command. Progressing.
The big thing is if he has long range Ludas, flash kits, things like that, I don't want to be so far advanced up where I don't have any overwatch set up, because he may just be able to flat out outrange me. And I may regret doing these Tesla builds, because if he does a big long range build, I'm pretty much, it's game over, because he'll just outrange me and he doesn't even have to camp and I won't be able to get to him. So hopefully that won't be the case. That's the one thing I'm worried about. And sometimes on an open map like this, we may just want to do those Gauss Destructors anyway, or Gauss Blasters, whatever they're called, for the Immortals, because they actually have surprisingly good range and damage. And if you get toe-to-toe battles with the Orcs versus the Necrons tend to come out a little bit ahead, given that they have the ability to reanimate compared to the Orcs, but then the Orcs have the regular healing. Now we have the turn-based healing as long as we're moving around, but we may not be able to get significant amounts of momentum since we need to be moving around. I think it's like at least 3 tiles or something for our faction trait to get activated for us to get those momentum gains. And then once you start having the Orcs stacking up their momentum gains with the boys being in there, that can definitely be a real big issue. So we'll see. I'm hoping that he's going to be thinking like, well, I'm playing against Necron, so I need to be getting, you know, burner boys and things like that. And then maybe some knobs mixed in there, then that my force will do really well, because that's when the Living Lightning really pops off against those lower armored factions like the Orcs are.
Progressing.
But yeah, if he goes range, I'm just in trouble. And that's, you know, in all fairness, that's what most players are going to want to do, given that the range play for the Orcs has been buffed up so much. But let's see. I don't see a ton of people using Ludas on these matchups, so hopefully he will also play that way. Because if we do get into a big fight over the center here, then these Plasma Mancers are going to be amazing. Not only will they get to drop their big orb, but then I might be able to get some flanking attacks with their melee, locking his units down. That's kind of overkill here.
Wherever I walk, ruination follows.
Yeah, I probably should just be advancing all the way. I'm just not quite sure. Because it's been a little bit of time since I played this match, since we did our last turn. I don't remember if I have first turn or he has first turn, so I'm like not sure how far his forces are. Let's see, I can warp you over here to get your buffs going to the rest of these guys. We'll get you here so you're not being blocked by the obstacles.
Overwatch.
And we'll kind of run these guys along the side here. See what we can do.
Barrage set. Progressing. Our targets wait.
Alright, well, let's just set up our overwatches here. You know, the death marks are good at sniping enemy heroes, but they're actually pretty crappy against taking out a lot of orc units just because they have so much HP. They can just tank a bunch of death mark shots. That should be fine. You can stay under cover, I guess. Yeah, so he's got boys with big shooters there. They have really long range. What else we got? Shit, he did go with the super long range Luda's build and the big boys build, I'm guessing. He's got some storm boys hiding there. That's going to be a problem because now he's going to outrange us. Maybe I can close the distance. I'm not super sure that's going to happen.
Heavy fire support. Progressing.
Alright, well, let's just set up the overwatches in case he decides he wants to jump us.
Setting position. Barrage zone set.
Get you on overwatch here. You can overwatch here.
Immortals awaiting command. Our duty is tireless.
Let's... how do I want to do this? Advance you guys here. Yeah, he went with the super long range build. Alright. Hopefully this won't be the whole thing, or this is going to be a disaster.
Our targets wait.
I can't quite see where his units are. Could use the Scarab just to scout for me.
We agree.
Pull you back, hopefully. Oh! Can't tell what just shot at me.
Our judgment.
Either way, not a good start. Ooh. That is really not good. I did not recall that those Death Dreads have the ability to shoot over that spot. So that means he's going to have the whole center locked down with triple Death Dread overwatch. That's going to be rough. Alright, let's set up you guys here. I gotta be careful with the Plasmomancers here. I don't want them to get jumped by the Storm Boys, because I think the Storm Boys will be able to do pretty good damage against them, and that would be bad for us. Question is, how far do I want to bring these guys over here? I mean, I feel like I need to have the death marks here.
Watching this area.
In case he wants to shoot me.
Who is next on the list?
You know, I could try to counteract this build of his just by camping, but like I said, I just find that so boring. Let's see what we can see here. Yeah, he's just got tons of Ludas with a 3,000 point matchup here.
Immortals awaiting command.
So I'm just going to be forced to just advance into his shots here and hope that I just get lots of reanimation, I guess. Because he should flat out just be able to outrange me with all of his units here. Well, I guess we're going to really be doing our faction trade here, the Undying March or whatever it's called.
Watching this area.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he just snipes my Locust Heavy Destroyers from range here. If he knows that I just have all these Tesla cannons here.
Our duty is tireless.
Let's pull you back.
Our judgment.
I guess I can bring you to here to advance you a little bit and let you get behind some partial cover. Get you over here to help increase those guys' movements.
Wherever I walk, ruination.
He'll outrange me on this side area there because he'll just pop out, shoot, and then get back behind cover. And then he's going to have the increased
With authority.
HP with the Pain Boys, and if I were him with the way he's building, I suspect he's going to have big mechs too,
Come here,
so he can get the range damage reductions. I can't see. For whatever reason, the camera's going stupid. Yeah, Midas right, so we can get some splash damage and increase shots. Another Midas right. Yeah. Now, the one nice thing about the Immortals when you're doing these Exterminatus is as long as you get a reanimation, and even if you only have one model left on your squad, you just pull them back, and then you don't get the points until you squad wipe somebody. So if you want to kind of cheese it a little bit and force guys to come towards you, you can end up doing that. Might is right. Yeah, see, he's going to shoot into the Locust Heavy Destroyers here, wanting to get the kill, so I can't snipe his heroes.
Hostile detected.
And I suspect he's just going to sit back there behind those obstacles, which will act as cover. Because why advance if you outranged your opponent? Yeah, I think he just went with the super long-range build. I should have went with the Gauss Blasters.
Targets detected.
Yeah, see, even these guys are having their big shooters, so I think they have a max of 8 range too.
Judged one way or another.
So yeah, he can just outrange me. He doesn't even have to worry about triggering my Overwatch. That's a flash get there. Yeah, and so he'll just advance and then get behind the cover, and then I just got to keep marching through. And what's nice about doing that as the Orcs is then you just pop out the next turn, and then you can not have to worry about your movement.
March.
I'm not sure why these guys are jumping me. Maybe he just wants to get vision on what kind of units I have.
You stand hurt. March. Targets detected. What?
Alright, what do we got going on here?
We serve the
Still can't see anybody. Do I just advance? I just gotta see what his army is. I don't even know.
while we stand.
Alright, well, there goes the Scarabs. Do I just advance with you guys? That's going to trigger the Death Dreads most likely. Yeah, and then with having all those Death Dreads together, they get additional shots. So let's see, we got Flash Gets. Yep, he does have a big mech there. You could see he had the Force Field ability there in addition to the Pain Boy buff. So he's just totally buffed up there. I got to get to 4, so I'm going to be out of range unless I just leave him out in the middle. I don't think I could even advance these guys far enough. Yeah, let's see here. So yeah, I did a little bit of damage there. Oh, he's got weird boys too, so they're getting a damage reduction on top of the other damage reductions. Yeah, he's got a total death blob going right now. This is not good for us.
My empire weakens.
Well, I can set up some warriors here.
An endless
I can run you over here.
You have a plan?
That'll get you one square up. And then you can drop the bombs, but do I want to do that is a question. I mean, I could kill the boys and injure the flash kits, but I don't think I'd kill them, and then I would for sure lose the plasmomancers, and with how expensive they are, that doesn't seem like a particularly good trade-off. Plus, I think that big mech ability is going to reduce the damage of my nuke too, because I think it counts as a ranged attack. Yeah, see, he's hiding in cover, so I can't even shoot him. He's got a couple of storm boys in the back just to harass me. Yeah, I think I'm pretty fucked here. What can I do? Can I even salvage this situation? I don't think so, but so I guess I'm just stuck marching.
Artillery.
I get you over here. I can kind of keep you in a little bit of cover, and then we can start shooting some of these boys, I guess, because I can't really see anybody else. These guys can charge into there. You'll do some increased damage. Yeah, see, here's the boss. Storm boys. Regular boys. Yeah, that's not good.
Our targets wait.
I should have shot into these guys first, and then I could have had my
Firing.
Praetorians attack the other ones and not have to waste those other attacks there on those other guys. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I can warp you over to here with Dimensional Gate. And then manually move you over to here. And I guess I just have you shoot into the boys there. I don't think you're going to be able to squad wipe him. Ideally, I'd like you to so he doesn't throw grenades on me. Yeah, not quite enough damage.
Yes.
I think all I'm effectively doing is just leaving my guys open to get jumped by storm boys here. I think I'm making bad decisions.
Overwatch.
Set you up here. And then maybe we want to go over this way. Yeah, I think I'm just getting tilted here because I'm just kind of jumping into combat where I don't think I should be. I mean, if I just leave you guys out in the open, those Death Dreads are just going to shoot you, and then they have the mob rule thing going. And that's just going to give them more shots with the big shooters. That's actually a nice strategy. I did not remember that they had ability to shoot from there. So if you want to just have a zone of control there, you can just keep them there. And then because they're all close together, they'll get the buffs going as well.
Progressing.
Just pull you back. I mean, it's not great accuracy because they have the partial cover, but it still effectively attacks that you just have to walk through. And then they have much better range in the center here. See, I can jump the guys behind the pillars, but then there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. Yeah, I think I'm fucked. Alright, let's see here. Can I do anything else? Do I just sacrifice these guys to aggro shots? Do I run you away? Those are boys.
Awaiting command.
Oh, what do I want to do? I feel like I gotta get vision. Because if I just pull back, then they're just gonna keep sniping me, right? I mean, I'll pull these guys back because they're injured.
Our targets wait. Watching this area.
I guess I can set up some overwatch. But honestly, if he's just going to be shooting my front line, I think he's just going to outrange me. Because he won't go after killing the death marks. And they only have 8 range for a max, which is the same as the big shooters.
This power is yours. Progressing.
Alright, let's just advance you here. See if we can set up some corner shots here against those guys. Try to weaken them down, and then maybe these guys can come up. We'll move the Plasmamancer up. And the Overlord, with the hope being that if he advances and tries to get some kills, we can do the double nuke drop on him. And hopefully that'll help us catch up on the points, and if I can keep the Plasmamancers alive and get him into melee, that'll lock down a lot of his range and help us get some kills. Or lock him down and lock his range units down in melee is what I was trying to say. Yeah, grenade. Yeah, see, they just outranged me.
They will be judged one way or another.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna just shoot me? Yep, that's what I would do too. Because with the big mech and that rework with his cannon, he's actually a good anti-vehicle killer. And then he just uses tier 1 ability here to give him 20% additional shots. This guy should just melt me now. I think he's gonna squad wipe me before I even get much for attacks going. Alright.
Oh, he showed at us.
Yeah, and then pull him back, yeah. And run somebody else over, yep. Pull him back. Yeah, see, look at that, he's getting all this momentum. Yep, there's his other big mech. Yep, running him back behind cover and getting the Pain Boy buffs. These guys are jumping us. We failed to suppress them, and now we should be able to attack the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do too. I agree. Alright, those guys are down.
Hostile detected.
Oh, he's got the Pain Boy healing those guys.
They will be judged one way or another.
Pulling these guys back to get the Pain Boy buffs. hiding those guys. That is his HQ commander. Well, I guess we just advance you here, see what we got going, because I can't even see where his guys are. Alright, we do have a big blob of guys here. So that might not be a bad target for dropping the nukes. That would get you into range to do that. I think I probably have to do it even though I don't really want to. Because I think that's going to just get you killed. And I don't know if I'm going to quite get enough points here. Oh boy. I mean, we're clearly just getting the shit kicked out of us if I don't, though. So I think I have to. I don't think it really matters about the Tesla. I could do the Harbinger, but I can't quite get at an angle where I think that's going to pay off. Just move you up to try to soak up some overwatches, I guess. Run you up to here. Alright, let's drop. I could drop the nuke on the Pain Boy. Okay. I was expecting that to do a lot more damage, I'm not gonna lie.
A taste of my power.
Ugh.
This power is yours.
Alright. You're up to +2. I mean, I could do a summon strafing run here and kill all these guys. That may not actually be bad, but I could also do that over on these Storm Boys here. And we can take those guys out. Alright. Let's get you over to here. Now you can drop this on the flash gets here. Okay, they've now been taken out.
A taste of my power.
Alright, boys are out.
You have a plan.
Try to turn them so their backs aren't exposed. Alright, how do I want to do this? I can probably just run up with my death marks and do some assassination.
Who is next on the list?
Take out the Pain Boy there. Oh, don't be doing that to me now. It's full cover bullshit. Alright, 44. Let's just do the death mark just to ensure we get the kill. Get you here. Okay, he's down. And our dimensional gate is up, so we'll probably warp him out.
Our duty is tireless.
Let's charge. Charge attack? You're not gonna be able to get the kill if I do the charge.
Artillery.
Alright, let's jump you over to here. Although I kind of like to jump you over to here and maybe lock those guys down too. That could be nice. I could also jump you over here and lock down the flash gets.
We serve the Triarch.
Alright, how about this? We do a charge attack over here.
We find this opponent worthy.
Oh, shit! Alright, that was a mistake. I didn't know he had a big mech back there, so he's got 3 big mechs. Alright, well, no more charge attacks, I guess. Ah, naturally, he just killed one of them. Frick. Alright, well, let's move you over to here. I mean, I could bring you to here to lock these guys down.
Our judgment will.
Let's maybe do that, because this will count as an engagement, and then that'll lower their accuracy.
A worthy attempt.
And then with you,
Our duty
let's bring you
is
over to
silence.
here to attack those guys, and you can come over to here, and you can now shoot into the Storm Boys and do some damage there, and then you'll be available to kill anybody that's left.
What?
Alright, I guess that means we're going to be using our strafing run here because the scarabs are no longer as good. Actually, he killed both of those. I wonder if I shouldn't have... damn it. I probably just wasted my Praetorians here because now they're not going to be able to do anything. And I could have used them definitely to lock down some of these range guys. Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake, actually. Alright, let's get you over to here. You can shoot into the Storm Boys. I think they're going to have as much health that it's going to be hard for you to get through them, though. Yeah, you did decent damage, but they're just so meaty. Alright, we'll pull you back to here. You can shoot these guys. Oh my god. I can run you back, but then they're going to just shoot you. If we charge over here, you should be able to get the kill. You can't attack at an angle, so you'd just be able to shoot. So I think we just go for the kill here. At least get a little bit of points.
We agree.
No matter what angle I'm at there, he should be able to attack me.
Who is next on the list?
Oh, that was stupid.
Our
Alright,
duty
well,
is tireless.
if we jump you... Honestly, if I just move you here, you can probably just shoot through our other Praetorians and maybe kill a couple models.
His judgment.
Alright, that was pretty decent damage, actually.
You require my counsel.
Oh, I can't believe I screwed up with you, though. Maybe I can rectify it by having you kill here? Alright, you at least killed those guys. Alright, I really would have liked to lock down those flash gets. You're here. I don't know if there's really anything you can shoot at since everybody's in cover. I guess just try to get a shot off. Alright, that was definitely pretty good there. Your death mark ability is up. So maybe we'll just warp you up to here. And now you got a 50% chance to hit. So let's do that. And hopefully we can kill some more models here. Alright, another model down. That's not terrible.
My empire awakens.
You're good here.
Yes. The sound of our guns will herald their
I
death.
mean, it's kind of like all hands on deck here.
Progressive.
So I guess you're coming back up to the front.
Heavy fire support. Overwatch. Our targets wait.
Okay, so Storm Boys jump you. I'll warp you back this way. Try to keep you safe.
We serve the Triarch.
Oh, I need those Plasmomancers to survive. I'm not sure they're going to. And I definitely could have used these Praetorians to block in those flash gets, because then I could have locked them down. Now I still got these guys. If I come over to here, I can keep spaced out, but then he's just going to shoot you at range. I don't know if I necessarily wanted to waste your attack. That'll get you into more cover. I can't believe you didn't kill models and that you guys spread your attacks out. Well, I guess you're going to eat attacks here. Give them all those attacks because you didn't kill any models. And we'll just try to shoot here. Alright, well, you killed one model, I guess. But now the problem is when he comes over to attack those Locust Heavy Destroyers, he'll lock down our other guys in melee too. I just got you guys out in the open. Maybe if I put the phase shift on, give you some evasion.
You have a plan.
Yeah, I think these flash kits are just going to snipe my Plasmomancers. I can pull you back, but honestly, with you having 50% momentum, I wonder if I should just use you as bait since you should be able to heal. So if we do the phase shift, maybe I can get him to waste a bunch of attacks on you to try to kill you. So if I bring you to there, it should kind of make things interesting. It should also buff up our Plasmomancers with some ranged armor. Hopefully helping them stay alive, but I don't think they're going to. Oh, he's doing the strafe run on me. Alright, I didn't really think about that, but yeah, I guess I set him up perfectly for an attack like that. Those guys are down. No reanimation, so they're just gone. Alright. Yeah, those guys are no bueno. Weird boy's coming over to slap you around. Did not suppress them, so that's unfortunate. And they're using their increased attacks here. I think that's a dead Plasmomancer. Yep, failure to suppress, so that is definitely a dead Plasmomancer. Shit. Now this other one's gonna die, isn't he? Okay, good. Yep, if you wanna waste those attacks on him. Ooh, maybe. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, you're attacking. Death Dread's coming together. Alright, yep. Keep using those attacks on me, that's cool. That's what I brought him out to do. That way I can heal 50%. Shit. I did not see those guys. Alright, I just sacrificed my Overlord. You'll melee him? Yeah. Damn it. Alright, he's bringing the Death Dread over so he can start getting me into melee.
You require my counsel.
Damn it. Alright, that was bad. Alright, he's got all of his guys in cover, so I can't really attack these guys. Can bring you over and rear attack the flash gets.
Setting position.
Let's bring you to there. You can shoot these guys.
Heavy fire support.
If I bring you down to here, you can
Firing on target.
Tesla cannon the Storm Boys here. Yeah, jumping over there is just death. Let's just attack here. Oh my god. Oh, okay. It's just that jump animation. I thought he suppressed me. Alright. Hopefully that just broke their jump. So let's get you over to here. And you can shoot these guys. Oh my god. Alright, they're dead.
We serve the Triarch.
Pull you back into cover.
Our duty is tireless.
Let's just get you over to here. Shoot one of those guys. Pull you back.
Confirmed.
You can come to here.
Who is next on the
You're just stuck down there. You've attacked. Death marks are over here.
Immortals awaiting command.
I'll get you over to here. And maybe try to kill that weakened flash get model. Okay, good. I guess that means you're coming up to here.
Firing on target.
Shoot there. I guess you're forced to melee here. Naturally, you go for the one that's most most injured with your base attack. I guess you'll just go into cover. You're locked down by the weird boy, so I guess you're gonna be attacking him. Let's see, I can run you over here. He does have his back turned to you, so you can jump him. I don't think I have enough to be able to kill him, though. He's got 250 health. Yeah, and this custom force field gives him just a damage protection, not just range. You guys can attack here, because the Death Dread has you locked down into melee. And then... you're still alive. So I can have you come over here and just finish off these guys. Okay, good.
We serve the Triarch.
I can move you around here, and that should lock down the Ludas.
Now, stop it! Crumple!
Okay.
Heavy fire support.
Alright, let you just shoot into here, I guess.
Oi, that hurts!
Not exactly particularly great damage there. Yeah, see, these guys are going to surge next time. Get additional attacks.
My judgment.
Put you over to here. Make those Death Dreads come to you. You guys will get killed. You're out in the open. I can bring you back to here, but then the Death Dread should just run down here and punch you in the face. And that'll get him the kill. Yeah, so there's no way I could have won that. Oof, what a disaster. So, well done to our opponent. We killed one Pain Boy, one Flash Git, 3 Storm Boys, 1 Ludas, and 2 Boys. So pretty abysmal for a 3,000 point matchup. Plasmamancer did decent at 100% accuracy, 78% at range. The Deathmark got 2 kills with 73% accuracy. The other Deathmark had 1 kill with 57%. And the other one had no kills at 69%. Locust Heavy Destroyers, pretty disappointing, but they were shooting at guys behind cover. The Triarch Praetorians were served us well. Unfortunately, we just kind of overextended them and got them killed unnecessarily. And our Immortals has decent ranged accuracy even with suboptimal shots. The problem was we couldn't get them into combat. And then the other Locust Heavy Destroyer, 50%, 86%. These ones are 50 to 80% with the Immortal accuracy there. The other Plasmamancer, not great. So overall, would not recommend this build against the Orcs. He definitely just totally outranged us, and then he just had to camp back there because it forced us to have to move up to come fight him because we were just totally outranged, so we couldn't get in there and get the kills, and so he was just able to do more damage. The best way to counteract the build that he just did there is just bring a bunch of Immortals with the Gauss Blasters, because then you'll be able to out-damage them. You want to keep your guys near your Immortal, that way you'll get a defensive bonus with increased ranged armor. I would not do the Plasmamancers. They definitely did not pay for themselves. They could have been very powerful, but really what I should have done is just move those death marks around and made sure to save up that mark target ability to snipe out the Pain Boys and his heroes to really mitigate a lot of that damage. I didn't really think about the big mechs mitigating and decreasing the damage of my nukes here, which clearly was happening because it wasn't doing as much damage. And then, I was dropping that one nuke on the pain boy, but I think it would have made much more sense to just drop one of those nukes on the flash kits, because you saw that it did so much damage, and then just drop the other nuke on another flash kit, or to attack a Luda, and then I could have just finished that off and just negated having that 10% bonus health, because the nuke does so much damage it should overkill or just about kill the unit that you drop the nuke on. So by wasting that huge attack onto the pain boy himself, I think that was probably a pretty stupid thought. My hope was that by hitting that, it was going to give enough splash damage to the other units that I was then going to be able to easily kill everybody else, but obviously that didn't make a lot of sense, and was just kind of a bad move on my part. The other thing that's a little bit frustrating is I didn't really think about that my strafing run was going to be able to totally take those weakened Storm Boys out, so then I moved that Triarch Praetorian, just left him out in the middle, and I needed him to be available to be able to lock down some of these flash kits and other very powerful ranged units into combat to stop them from getting all their attacks and just running wild, because really those flash kits, once they start focusing fire, they can just take down any of your single unit entities pretty well. They're pretty decent at killing out your other units too, but really when they're attacking full squad, they can usually take out maybe 3 to 4 models, and then if you get the reanimation, you can bring back up to 2 of those units, so it can bring your squad back up to 3, and then they're left out in the open, allowing you to get additional attacks. Now, he went with the max big mech build, and that was obviously the right thing to do, because I'm going to be doing a ranged build against you, so that mitigated a lot of the damage we were putting into them. And then I just had overextended our Locust heavy destroyers, because I really needed those guys to end up getting the kills. And then at the end there, if we had to get into a fight with these 3 Death Dreads, obviously at 3,000 points, that's something you're going to want to build and bring, especially if you're going to be doing a big mech build, because you can also sit there and heal them with the big mechs and keep them into combat. And then by having all 3 of them, you get the mob rule, or whatever it's called, for giving you extra movement, additional shots, increased melee damage. So it makes perfect sense, especially if you're able to camp out and put them on the edge of that platform there. I didn't realize you could just sit them there and then they'd be able to shoot in and control the center. So that works out really well for you, because you have all those additional shots. So even if you have decreased accuracy, because you're putting out 20% additional shots or whatever it would be for all 3 of them being there, that's a huge amount of shots, because they already have a ton of shots, and then they also have the ability to have minor splash damage at baseline. So that worked out really, really well for him. And then I was just trying to engage and get an idea of what kind of forces he had there, so then I ran those Praetorians in, but then that didn't make a lot of sense, because the big mechs actually have quite a bit of armor piercing ability with their custom blastas there that they have, and so he was just able to pick me off. The other option is, let's say I just ran him down there, he could have just ran the big mech and flanked me, and that would have broke my zone of control, so it defeated the whole purpose. And then him using the boys with their big shootas, that gives him a range of 8, just like the Ludas, and he can just sit there and plink away at us while we're trying to close the distance. So kind of a bad situation for us, but worked out really well for him. And yeah, just a bad situation. So had I gone with the Locust heavy destroyers, or not Locust heavy destroyers, the Immortals with the Gauss blaster, and then what else would I have brought to increase my range? I think the Wardens would have worked out real well here, because I could have given my guys momentum and bonus health to help me tank hits. I think that would have been very cost effective, and they actually have surprisingly good ranged attacks as well. You can make an argument for the Annihilation Barge, as long as you're moving them into partial cover, because they have good range, good armor piercing, and then they also give you access to the Tesla cannon attack every few turns as well. And then once they start building up momentum, they can just heal for significant amounts of health, and that would have kept them into combat. I think the Tomb Blades would have been a real bad choice here. Perhaps bring in some more Scarabs to soak up those Overwatches a little bit more would have been beneficial. The flayed ones could have been really good. I just naturally assumed that he was going to have a very heavy flamer build, because that's what a lot of orcs will do against the Necrons, because the flamers are actually really good at killing Necron units. But if you're just going to sit at range and kind of pseudo camp out and kind of use the cover and pop out and shoot, making us come to you, then obviously
you don't need to do necessarily a flame or build, and then you also have enough damage output that you'd be able to kill those flayed ones. But doing a mass flayed one build with the warping ability to close that distance and then moving in and locking them down into melee would have been amazing on this matchup here, because we should have had just enough numbers, and then once they start getting kills, their ability would really do a lot of damage, because you're killing organics, and that's every one other than the Death Dreads here, and that would give you armor piercing and bonus damage. So if you could keep them alive, that would be significant amounts of damage output that you would have been able to have, so that would have worked out real nicely. I think a mass warrior build would have been difficult because you wouldn't have enough movement, and they'd still just be outranging you and then out shooting you, so that probably wouldn't have been the best option either. But yeah, I think just changing those things around, that would have been a much more competitive build. But well done to our opponent. He just ran circles around me and just totally defeated me. So hopefully my play against this player with my Chaos Demons and his Tau goes better. I suspect it will, because I kind of suspected this was what was going to be the situation. And if he tries to do that bullshit with the Tau, I can just sit back with my Chaos, and even while advancing on him, just summon in tons of units, and I should be able to just outlast him just with our sheer with the sheer amount of units we have and assassinate his units, assuming he doesn't kill my summoning core units. So hopefully I can get my revenge on our other matchup. But as you can see here, this is the kind of stuff that you'll deal with if you're doing the extermination missions with the unlimited turns. So again, I highly recommend that you don't do it that way. If you want to do these exterminatus missions, I recommend that you have some sort of turn limit on, otherwise you're just gonna run into some camping. Now, I'm not saying he was a pure camper, but he certainly could have, especially if I would have just stood back there, we kind of have a standoff. But I can't play that way because I got to get at least 2 of these matches done a week, so I just need to get some of these things done. But yeah, my build was definitely shit here. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encouraging to post more content for you. Have a great day.